Okay, so now we're going to divide fractions. The last lesson we multiplied fractions, now we're going to divide. It's almost the same thing. I'm going to show you what I mean. I see negative 1/3 divided by 4/5. What you'll do when you divide by a fraction, you might remember the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. Okay, so what I do, I rewrite the first number. I'm going to sign that negative with the top. And then I say times, what's the reciprocal? The reciprocal of 4/5 is 5/4. Just flip it around, right? Okay, and now we're right back in the last video multiplying fractions, right? Negative 1/3 times 5/4. I look for reduction. In this case, there is none, so I multiply. And I get my result, okay? So division of fractions is pretty easy if you can multiply fractions, because it's just one extra step. It says divide, flip it around, and make it multiplication, all right? My next example says 8/19 divided by 4/19. I just want to show you that's the same as this. You'll see this in your book. 8/19 divided by 4/19. Okay, that's the same thing. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. We're gonna work it the same way. That's 8/19 times, and then you flip it around, right? You flip the second fraction around, the one you're dividing by. Okay, so that's 19/4. All right, and then we look for what we've done before. In this case, I can simplify. 19, 19, 1, 19 and 19, 1. 4 goes into 4 once, into 8 2 times. So come down here, that's 2/1. 2/1 times 1/1, which should just be 2. Okay, but if you follow your rules, 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1. Don't leave your answers like that, right? 2/1 can be written as just 2, okay? So in that case, you'll see that sometimes if you do divide fractions, you can still end up with integers, right? My first example, you'll notice I had a negative and a positive. I end up with a negative, just like with multiplication. Positive divided by a positive, I should get a positive, right? Same rules apply for division as multiplication when you're talking about the signs, the pluses and the minuses. Next example, negative 4/5 divided by negative 3/10. Negative 4/5 times, flip this guy around, 10/3. Put the negatives up top, okay? Remember, negative fraction, negative 4/5 is one negative. Right? It's not the same as negative 4 over negative 5. That's not the same thing. Okay? Negative 4/5, negative 4/5. If you want, move that negative sign up. Okay? So now I go and I multiply. That times that. That times that. We see this reduction here. I can reduce with the 5 and the 10. Right? 5 into 5 once, and into 10 2 times. Let's just for this example, let's not do that. Let's say we missed it. Pretend we missed that. Okay, and go ahead and multiply, see what happens. Negative 4 times negative 10 is 40. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, so I have the answer here, 40/15, but I know it reduces. If I look at that, I should be able to see that 5 goes into both of those numbers. Okay, so if we miss it over here, we can still catch it later. Right, that is reduced fraction. We should always reduce our fractions. Okay, so if I take 5 into both of those, 5 goes into 15 3 times, 5 goes into 40 8 times, okay? So I can either reduce it here, which is preferred. We would like to do that here, right? If you notice, if you do it here, 5 goes into 5 once, then negative 10 negative 2 times. And I get 8/3, and I wouldn't have to worry about that step, okay? But at some point, you always want to look for the reduction, all right? Do one more example. Example 4. And I'm going to say, 8/5 divided by 4, okay? So 8/5 divided by 4, fraction divided by an integer, right? Remember how we dealt with that before? We made the integer a fraction, right? Just make it a fraction. So I can always put it over 1. 8/5 divided by 4/1 is 8/5 times 1/4. Okay, and then look for your reduction. Okay, and I'm done. 2/5. Okay, so if you can multiply fractions, you can divide fractions. Just one extra step of multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay?